Well, good afternoon. I'm Len Pagano. I'm president of the Safe America Foundation, and I want to thank everyone for being here today on the steps, down below, up above, and our talent here, our cameramen. You know, sometimes people don't make connections. They don't understand that in learning, you actually create the opportunity for success. And sometimes we don't make the connection between using your brain and having a life that's successful. Well, that's why we're here today, to announce a program for not only Clayton County, but all of Metro Atlanta. And the name of this program is called Brain Camp. The program will be unveiled on November 8th here at the Delta Flight Museum with both our partners, the Clayton County School System and the Clayton County Board of Commissioners. We're delighted to be announcing this program because we think many good brains have been going to waste. And the reason is because we haven't stimulated them enough. So on November 8th, that's going to be our challenge, to get both middle school and high school students interested in not only the learning of reading, writing, and math, but the other types of learning that really stimulate their brain to create goals for their future. Long-term goals that will make them successful, not only here in Atlanta, but anywhere they choose to live. Part of Brain Camp will be divided into two sections. There'll be one section called the Safe Tomorrows Workshop, and that'll be for middle school age youth who are anywhere from 11 to 14 years of age. And through the Safe Tomorrows Workshop, youth will be learning how they can handle the challenges of high school that are in front of them, as well as avoiding things like getting involved in gangs or worrying about being bullied or sexting or any of the various problems that they may face today, whether it's in the classroom or on social media or in their neighborhood at home. For high school students, we'll have a special program, and that track will be called the Safe Teen Driving Academy. And much like other programs that Safe America has put on in the past, it will focus on giving teenagers the skills they need behind the wheel. It will call them to use their brain and to think about not texting and driving, not drinking and driving, and not doing other things that might ultimately shorten their life but through an accident. We're proud that this program, this innovative program, was come up with by the Clayton County School System, Chairman Jeff Turner from the Clayton County Board of Commissioners, and the Safe America Foundation. And we think it indicates the kind of progressive thinking that is now coming out of the South Side. And it's a great pleasure to introduce you today. Some of the people have actually put this idea together. First of all, I'd like to introduce the Chairman of the Clayton County Commission, Jeff Turner. Jeff?
Thank you, Len, and good afternoon. My name is Jeff Turner, and as Chairman of the Clayton County Commission and as an American citizen, November 8th will be a very special day. I'm excited to be a part of the creation of the Brain Camp concept. We must continuously challenge our youth to expand their minds in varying directions. A basic skill such as driving is extremely important to the safety of our youth and is equally as important as they focus on long-term goals that will translate into meaningful career paths. This collaboration will bring about the participation of many of our young people, both from Clayton County and beyond. I want to salute Superintendent Lavinia Jackson and our Clayton County School System for having the vision to think boldly and for making this program a part of the new school year in Clayton County. I am proud to say that we in Clayton County are working together for the future and will not allow ourselves to be limited by the past. We are charting a bold course of action involving others throughout the metro region and invite anyone to join us who has a vision of a brighter future for us all. Together, we will use our collective brain power to help our youth shape dreams that may lead to futures at Delta Airlines, Coca-Cola Corporation, and various Fortune 500 companies, while continuing to participate in areas where resolution may be achieved for problems that impact our county, region, and entire state. Another part of this endeavor is recognizing our debt to our veterans. We cannot ignore those servicemen and women who sleep in cars or under bridges. That's why we're delighted to assist in hosting the Welcome Home Heroes event on the same afternoon as Brain Camp. It is our moral obligation to assist veterans in need. And through this collaborative effort, we will unite many organizations who are in business to help veterans.
As we've already pointed out, this is an event that will have actually several components to it. And one of the other components that Chairman Turner has already referred to is dealing with the military who are coming home from places like Afghanistan this fall. There have been a number of Georgians that have served all over the world, but most recently Afghanistan has been the hot spot where they've been serving. And 900 soldiers are coming back to Georgia for the Georgia National Guard, and for all of them there's a common issue, and that is how do they transition to civilian life? Safe America is pleased to be working with the Georgia National Guard on this very important issue, and on Saturday, November 8th, we're going to hold an event here which we call Redeployed at Home. That event will happen in the afternoon from 5 to 7 p.m. And in that event, we're going to talk about the issues that these veterans are facing when they take off their uniform and they focus on being an everyday mom or dad and an everyday civilian. These issues range from finding the right job to the training needed for those right jobs, handling their personal finances, and things like housing that some of them have actually not had to worry about in the recent past. All of these are issues that have come to our attention as important issues because these are the things that the Georgia National Guard is dealing with week after week after week as they talk to the returning soldiers and their spouses. And through our work with General Jim Butterworth, we've been fortunate to have Captain Ebony Walker work with us, identifying what we needed to do, and in fact, through her encouragement, putting together this Redeployed at Home event for November 8th. We will be having not only the event in the morning, the Brain Camp, and then the event late in the afternoon for veterans, Welcome Home Hero and Redeployed at Home, but we'll also have an evening dinner here. And overseeing the entire day and having a major role in helping shape and orchestrate this is my wife, who's Executive Vice President of Safe America. And it's a great deal of pleasure for me to now introduce Mary Lou Pagano. Mary Lou?
Thank you, Len, and thank you everyone for being with us. It's a very exciting day for us on November 8th, and as you know, it takes a community for anything to be accomplished. As Len has said before, we are so pleased and thankful for our relationship with the Clayton County School Board and with the Clayton County Schools, as well as the Clayton Commissioner, Jeff Turner. What I want to do is make sure that everyone listening to this knows that you all are invited to bring your teens and middle school students to Brain Camp. We want you to be able to take advantage of all the resources that are coming together to provide information that's going to be helpful to all of you. And for all of you veterans and recently returned guardsmen and soldiers, please plan to be with us at the Veterans Resource Fair from 5 to 7 right here at the Delta Flight Museum on November 8th. I want to thank all of our sponsors and all of the groups that are going to participate in this resource fair, and that's many of the organizations that are part of the Community Blueprint, that's part of the Points of Light program with the Red Cross overseeing it. We also want to thank the UPS Foundation, Allstate Foundation, Sprint, Mottlick and Associates, and all of our sponsors. This is going to be quite a day for us. Following the resource fair is going to be our Safety on the Home Front dinner. It's going to be an awards dinner, and we invite all of you to visit our website, safeamerica.org, to learn more about all the events on November 8th.
The idea behind Brain Camp is that a lot of people know that it takes a lot to get through education, but beyond that, they don't use their brain in other ways. When it comes to finding a job, when it comes to thinking about their long-term future, what we're trying to use Brain Camp for is to teach young people to constantly use their brain. It's not important just for school, it's important for all of their life. And so we're trying to call attention to that very important facility called the Brain Now. We're very proud of the Clayton County school system because it's taking on this Brain Camp idea with quite a bit of gusto. And the reason is because they're positive, progressive thinkers. I think they realize that you can't teach everything in a classroom. when you look at what these kids learn through social media, when you look at the fact that many kids today are wired at all times, they realize that, just preaching to them and giving them a textbook learning is not sufficient. So we're going to be using BrainCamp to try to give them a three-dimensional learning experience. We'll have mentors who will talk about their real-life experiences, about what they've done to build a career. We'll have experts in public safety, police, fire from Clayton County, and what the whole community is trying to do is to advance learning for our next generation so that the young people in Clayton County high schools and middle schools look at using their brain in a way perhaps they haven't thought of before. I think this is really an interesting project to think that this is coming out of the south side of Atlanta. This is a real salute to both the Clayton County school system and to the Board of Commissioners who, together with Safe America, thought up this idea of BrainCamp. And I think what this points out is there's a great amount of new learning and thinking coming out of the south side. And for Clayton County, it's a new day. So we're proud to be working with both the Clayton County school system, with Lavinia Jackson, and with Board of Commissioners Chairman Jeff Turner, who together with Safe America thought up this idea. We think this is going to be an important idea, not just for Clayton County, but for all of Metro Atlanta, and that's one reason why this event is open to everyone from Cherokee County down to Macon.
Lynn Pagano and myself, when we're talking about Safe America and talking about young people being distracted drivers, not always making the best decisions that they can make, which affects them in the long run, we decided to come up with an initiative that helped mentor, to give them a clear direction in terms of what they could do by making the right decisions in life. And this concept was born out of that, and we wanted to make sure that we did it on the south side, to bring awareness to those kids on the south side of Atlanta who have not always been able to make the Safe America trips to the north side when they had those fairs up to north side of Atlanta. So we brought it down south, and we're making it a regional approach. We want to engage not only Clayton County school system, but those school systems that are adjacent to us as well. Clayton County schools are great partners. Anytime the Board of Commissioners wanted to work on any initiative to collaborate, they have been right there by our side. We're proud of our school system. We're proud of the work that they're doing. We're proud of our students. But our students can benefit so much more by being engaged in community activities and knowing what is out there for them. As we said during the press conference, Delta Airlines, Fortune 500 companies, they can tap into those resources and see that there is better jobs that are out there to be had. On November 8th, first portion of the day will consist of young kids from middle and high schools being bused in to Delta Airlines Museum to take part of activities that are centered around job resources, centered around making right decisions when it comes to driving. When it comes to distracted driving, texting and driving, that's been a major issue in the state of Georgia with young people as well, probably throughout the country. So we wanted to bring awareness to that area. We want our children to be safe. We want them to arrive alive. So we're trying to do our part and making sure that we bring that awareness to Clayton County.